Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brandy, and I am the owner and creator of Boundless Treasures Boutique. And today we are going to be making this custom tumbler. Um, we used pictures, we used decals, we used double-sided tape, but the star of the show is the Tack It method. So I'm going to walk you through all that I went through. So with that being said, let's jump right in. I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see future videos. All right, so to start, I've got my prepped cup. You'll see that it's spray painted. I already sanded it, did all of that. We're going to be using Eileen's Tack It Over and Over, the one with the green label. The reason for this is because with the Tack It glue, once it dries, it stays tacky, which is how we are going to get this really beautiful holographic effect on the cup. We're also going to be using a makeup brush to apply our glue all over the surface area of our tumbler. When you're doing this, I would suggest doing pretty light coverage. You don't want your glue like glooped on. And then just take your makeup brush and try and minimize those streaks as much as you possibly can, because if they are there or there's lines, things like that, that is definitely going to show through when we do the Tack It method. I let this dry for about 20 minutes, came back, and then we applied Karen, which is a super pretty opal holographic from the glitter guy, and got that all over the surface of our cup where we had our Tack It. I do put my glitter back in versus varnishing it over the glitter. I don't know if the contamination is really all that horrific, but I would rather be safe than have something happen with any of my glitters. So I do them separately, and then what I varnish off from the Tack It method, I throw away. So I don't reuse that. But there are some creators out there that feel that there isn't any kind of cross contamination. So your personal preference there. From there, we're going to go into creating the decal. Now, my customer decided that she wanted this font from DeFont, and so we used that one. What I did was I downloaded it, and then I pulled up Procreate, and I typed out um, "We love you," which was what she wanted on her cup. And from there, we had it in the font that she wanted, the phrase that she wanted. So all I had to do was make sure that I removed the background, and then we just exported it into a PNG so that we could upload it into Cricut and get it cut. Now, once we got into Cricut, I uploaded the "We Love You." Again, I show you here where I tried to remove the background just to show you what that would look like. You can fiddle with that if you want, but if I had removed any portion of the background, it definitely would not have cut the way that I wanted it to. There would have been lots of holes, and it just would have been a disaster. From there, what you're going to see is a couple different things. So I'm checking the contour because I want to make sure that the cut is going to be attached to one another. And the reason that I want to make sure that my letters and such are attached is because I am going to be using a white vinyl and double-sided tape as part of this design. So I'm going through a whole bunch of different options here as far as like slicing and welding and attaching, just to see what results I liked better, or if there was enough of a difference for me to maybe lean one way over another. And you'll see I fiddle around with the color, the size, all of that. And it's just so that I can make sure that I get the decal the way that I'm envisioning it. I'll tell you what I ended up doing was I ended up just creating an offset at 0.15 inches and cutting that in the white vinyl, and then the main portion, I cut that in double-sided tape. But here you'll see I'm just playing around with the sizes. I want to make sure that I'm not going to distort anything too much, and that it's still going to look really pretty and elegant once we get it onto our tumbler. Again, what I would recommend is make sure that you measure your tumbler. That way your decals are the sizes that you want them to be. But once I have all of that done, I send it to be cut, and here we are. So I really wanted to show you this process because the struggle bus came along and I jumped on it. So here I'm all happy and ready to show you guys how wonderful this is going to work. Little did I know what I was going to run into, but we'll chat through that as I'm going through it. So I'm going to weed my offset first. So this is on the white vinyl. I ended up choosing white because it showed up the best with the color combination that we were going to be using for this particular cup. And then I got all of the little inside pieces taken out. This white vinyl is from Cricut. It weeded beautifully. I did not have any trouble whatsoever when it came to weeding the Cricut vinyl. From here, I wanted to get started on the double-sided tape. So I'm super excited. I can't wait for this to happen. And then I realize it is not going to work the way I had thought. So I did my settings like I normally would. I did washi. I did it on the default pressure on my Cricut. And I went to go weed, hoping that the double-sided tape around the words would peel right off. That did not happen. So what I mean by all of this is that I needed you'll see there's the white top portion, which covers one side of the double-sided tape, and the blue portion. In between is your double-sided tape. What I needed was for it to pretty much cut through the white and the entire double-sided tape portion. This didn't happen. It just cut the white portion, which is great if I'm doing a burst tumbler or something like that, but I needed this to go on top of an offset. So I got really, really frustrated during this process. And I am sure there were some choice words that came out that were not so kid friendly. And I went through 2 pieces of double-sided tape, finally got it. I put it on cardstock with more pressure and the heavy setting. And then I was finally able to get that to weed correctly, so that I could move on to my next step. So once I got my life together with that, I went in to pull off all of the remaining and get ready to start adding my glitter. Now this is just a red fine glitter from Recollections. You can get it at any of your Michaels. It's super beautiful, and it just complemented the cup so nicely. And the font that we used, it was gorgeous. And then from there, I put my holy smokes, I put my decal letters and the offset on. Now I did use transfer tape. I touched it, put it all over my clothes so that I could get as much sticky off as I could. Like I wanted that to be barely hanging on, but I wanted it on so that I made sure that I had good and even placement. But as you can see, there was no drama putting that decal on. From there, I didn't go through the print and cut or the decal for the pictures. I just forgot to record it, to be perfectly honest. I was so excited to get them done that it didn't even like occur to me that I should do that. But we did the pictures through print and cut. I used printable sticker paper, and then I just used a frame that I found in Design Space. From there, I did end up going in with 2 more coats of my epoxy. That way I had a nice, smooth, finished finish on the tumbler. And then with each coat, don't forget, go in with your torch or your heat gun if you prefer to use that. And just make sure that you pop any possible micro bubbles that you may or may not see. And then from there, you guys, this tumbler was done. I really, really loved how this one came out. There's just something so special when you get to create something for someone to give to somebody that they love. I know that custom designs definitely take some creativity, but to be able to see how much your customer loves what you've created for them and that it's something that they can cherish or gift to somebody else is seriously the reason why I think I love making cups so very much. But I would love to know what you guys think of this one. Hopefully this was helpful. If you guys have any questions about my process, please don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. I really do try to make sure that I respond to every single one of you guys. And I just appreciate your support and that you come back every week and you see me, and just thank you all so much. With that, I would love all of you guys to join my crafters Facebook group. So that is linked in the comments. And if you guys care to share any of your designs, please tag me in them. I would love to see what you come up with. But I will see you guys next week. Bye.